Metazoids, MF3, Whipperfish. The first stage of the whipperfish life cycle is the whipperfee. These small creatures are highly hallucinogenic and can become extremely toxic in large numbers. They are therefore avoided by most creatures, even if they are highly sought after by a small few for their hallucinogenic effects. They are still inappropriate as a main food source due to their toxicity in large numbers. The next stage of the whipperfish life cycle, MF3.2, is the whippersnap. These creatures use their tentacles to crawl along the sea floor and even up onto beaches and sometimes further inland. Their tentacles produce a paralytic toxin which they use to incapacitate their prey. Their meat is mildly toxic and can cause gastrointestinal distress. Therefore, they are still avoided just as whipperfees are by most creatures, particularly as a main food source, although in desperation some creatures have been known to prey upon them. The adult phase of the whipperfish life cycle, MF3.3, or simply the adult whipperfish, is again mildly toxic and can cause extreme gastrointestinal distress. Even though this is not fatal, most creatures do not see them as a food source, and they are generally only preyed upon out of extreme desperation. The adult whipperfish is also a formidable predator. Their tentacles, which they use to ensnare other metazoids, are coated in the same paralytic neurotoxin as those of the whippersnap. They use this to incapacitate their prey. Additionally, their fin rays are coated in tiny stinging barbs that make them unpleasant prey. There is a final fourth phase of the whipperfish life cycle, MF3.4, and that is the whipper spike, a sort of super adult whipperfish. These are highly aggressive organisms whose paralytic neurotoxin is up to 100 times stronger than that of the standard whipperfish. They are highly venomous, and the poisonous barbs lining their fin rays can cause extreme amounts of pain to any creature that touches them. They also have a row of stinging dorsal spines with concentrated venom that can kill almost any creature with a mere touch. This does come at somewhat of a cost, however, as their meat is almost entirely non-toxic, causing them to be targeted as a delicacy by the few creatures who have learned to get past their defenses. The young whipperfees have been found in all of the island's aquatic environments. Often they are solitary, especially in small bodies of water. However, they can also be found in pairs, in small groups, and in voluminous bodies of water, they can sometimes be found in enormous swarms. Small groups of whipperfees can often be found under the care of adult whipperfish, while whipperfee swarms are often protected by a whipperspike. Whippersnaps are generally solitary and will often fight if two or more of them come in the general vicinity of one another. However, they sometimes come together into tight-knit pairs, either as friends or as monogamous pair bonds. After the first litter of offspring for females or the first few successful matings for males, the whippersnap will mature into the adult whipperfish. Adult whipperfish are generally solitary. However, pairs of adult whipperfish can sometimes be found under the care of a superadult whipperspike. This arrangement most often comes in the form of a male whipperspike associated with two female whipperfish. However, the opposite arrangement is also sometimes observed. Adult whipperfish, most often females, but also sometimes males, can also occasionally be found caring for small groups of tiny whipperfees. The superadult whipperspikes are comparatively rare, and two of them are never seen within visual range of one another, or at least not by choice, and are never seen cohabitating the same area peacefully. However, the whipperspikes are almost always found in association with younger whipperfish, either a single whipperspike protecting two adult whipperfish, or protecting a swarm of whipperfees. When two whipperspikes do encounter one another, one of them may attempt to flee the area. However, it is far more common that combat will ensue. The whipperspike that wins this combat may attempt to eat the whipperfees of the losing whipperspike, or the whipperfees may abandon the losing whipperspike, and the winning whipperspike will become their new parent. And that is the whipperfish, Metazoid MF3.